Pardon me. Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another live stream. That is right, my friends. I am back, and I am Quack. Back with another live stream for your delectation. How are you? Rich, did you hear the Fragrance Apprentice will upload a video of Millicent Imperiali? He's changed his name on Instagram also. Yes, that is what my latest community post is saying. It appears, and we will be talking about this. We will be talking about this in the stream today. About Fragcom lost. Fragcom gone by. In relation to George, but also other people as well. And the nature of how the fragrance community on YouTube could very well be over. That's not necessarily because George is gone, but George going is a symptom. You know? But we'll see. We'll see. If this isn't an end of an era, then I don't know what is. Well, Peel Bengtson came for the rich, stayed for the Mitch. Welcome, Peel Bengtson. Who the fuck is George Ozaroff? George Visionary Fragrances? No, the Fragrance Apprentice. I'm not saying he's like some kind of world-class leading... I mean, his videos are probably the best videos in the community, but as set pieces, but not necessarily like... fuck. It's just not... It's kind of the end of an era sort of thing. Maybe I'm being overly dramatic. It's probably not the end of Fragcom. Well, it is for some certain people who... it is for some certain people who have been around for a long time. You know? Let's see who's here. Bob, Dushan, Saab, Brandon, A, Spaced Out, Divine, welcome. Michael John, welcome. Bill Benson, welcome. Miles, how are you? Divine, Germs. Keeping it a buck. If you don't have money and you don't have a creative mind for content, you are not making it in this space. The best you can do in that case is what you're doing. Natural growth. Well, yes, I am going for the whole natural growth thing, but let me tell you, it's slow going. Mine is, anyway. And do you know what it is? I'm at peace with it. I am not wanting to grow and get... I don't want the wrong kind of subscribers, you know. I would much rather find like-minded people who are similar to me. I'm just going to scratch all of this off. I would much rather have people who are more like-minded and want to talk and discuss and argue about stuff and not just looking to sell bottles, really, do you know? Sup, Duck, I'm geeked out on a Scotta Pour Amp today. Nice. Yeah, but many people aren't at peace with that. I would agree. They can't go viral. They can't wait to go viral without making the same bullshit as others. And I think that's possible, but it requires unique ideas and consistency. That's why I'm not doing anything yet. I don't want to upload unless I have a backlog of 20 plus videos. I want to go viral. Well, quite. I'm just want to sit and talk about fragrances, to be honest. I'm fairly chatted out this week, though. I just wanted to do a fragrance today because not a fragrance. I wanted to do a stream today because I felt like doing one. That's kind of the nature of how I am with streams. I do them when I want, you know. And I do videos when I want as well, you know. But it would appear that the fragrance apprentice is gone, which is a shame. He says he's going to upload. Somebody sent me this, by the way. It was somebody who shall remain nameless. Somebody sent me the clip that he did, that he uploaded on the Instagram, and I just hope he doesn't rebrand the channel, because he's got an inbuilt audience of like 50,000 people, and I hate it when people do that. Like, I was going to put the gaming streams up on this channel, but I thought, no, it's not fair to people who only want fragrance content. But I mean, it's his channel, it's his decision, and people can follow if they want. So it's sad. It's sad in that it feels like the end of an era. George started in 2014, I believe. He started in 2014. I remember his videos in his old bedroom that he used to do. And I remember George being interesting, to be honest. That's what I remember about George. He was different, he was interesting, and he wasn't like the rest. And now he is gone. So I do feel sad. I mean, other people won't feel sad. Everybody has their own experiences. Everybody has their own kind of thing. But to me, George was a part of a different time, a different era, a different fragrance community, a different look, a different feel. Part of the exciting times. Part of the age of discovery. You know, and the fragrance universe. It's not ideal. As long as there is duck, I am happy, says Germs. Well, thank you. That is kind of what I'm getting at. I'm gonna develop this point maybe when there's more people in. You know, I'm just sad that it's over. Hello, you beautiful people. As promised, I am here after therapy for post-therapy with my tissues, and I'm wearing my issues and my tissues, and I'm wearing Shalimar. How is Shalimar? Is it nice? Are you enjoying the Shalimar? Having some Cadbury's fingers at the suggestion of Mrs. G. Have them with a cup of tea. Did you get the Tonics caramel wafers? Fucking gorgeous. Grease-based out. Being the first or among the first naturally helps. Yeah. You would grow very easy if you were one of the first on YouTube in anything. It's always the nature of mostly economics. The innovators just have to be first. No, I agree. I agree. PewDiePie only got so big because he was one of the first gamers on YouTube who was somewhat interesting. He would never go big if he started a date. No, well, he's a terrible fucking person, isn't he? That doesn't help either. You know? What has happened to him? He's just decided to stop making content, fragrance content. He's going to focus on his film career, in which I hope and pray that he does extremely well. But I do feel like we are less of a community without him, to be honest. Which is a shame. And I would have always felt like that. You know? May have got off on the wrong foot, but we email once in a while, you know? But not. Do you know, the rest of this fucking writing came off with the greatest of ease, and these two fucking bits of script will not budge. Fucking bastard. I'm not happy about that. I will have to sort that out. I'll take a brush to it. Oh, belly rub. I had a lasagna for my lunch today. Unexpected lasagna, you know? Like his videos on I forbid you to buy. As long as they're a duck, I am happy. This is big 6 of cups energy. I don't know what that means. Also, Jacob's been in hospital and had some surgery. He's not very well. George was part of the true Fragcom YouTubers. You could tell who has a true passion for this stuff very easily. I agree, actually. I do think that's true. I sent you a message on Parfumo as well, by the way, so I hope you've got it. The thing with Parfumo is it doesn't tell you when you've got a message. It's a telling thing that even though his content definitely dropped off in quality in the last 12 months, that it was still at the top of the pile in terms of regular Fragcom content. Exactly. Unfortunately, the British section didn't have them. It did, I saw them. Tunnocks caramel wafers, they were red and gold in the picture. Hey there, Alan Hansen. Did you score those treats at Target? Evening, Tim. I got your email. You should have your package by now. Hello, fellow perfume creature. Friday, I smell. Welcome, Pradeep. The quackening, says Paroli. I'll never forgive George for recommending that horrible Sebastian Espresso Royal perfume. I want my $4 back. Well, quite. I mean, our taste wasn't exactly aligned. But, you know. What? Can't believe I missed them. Yo, I'll try to listen and work, says Galen, who will not try to work at all. He will try to listen and pretend to work. He's in San Francisco. Nobody would notice if you weren't working. You know? Oh, I haven't doxed you there. You know? Daphne identifies the Mary Magdalene of this sub-community, says Oris. Are you going to wash me feet with your hair? By Killian Intoxicated for some good coffee note. I think Follow. I struggle to think of a better fragrance than Follow, to be honest. Hello, Pat Lester. Currently, I'm sampling the whole line of Lorenzo Villaresi. Great Italian house. I agree. Sure. That's nice of you. It's about time somebody washed my feet, because God knows I haven't been. Ooh. Brother, ooh. I cannot get these last two bits of fucking script off, do you know what I mean? My mother knows not to fucking hassle us when I'm talking on the blower. She knows not to, and yet she does, and it upsets me greatly. It upsets me greatly. It brings great consternation to me. Are you on the toilet? Yes, it's there at the top of the stairs. No. Fine out loud, you said you weren't. You said you weren't. For God's sake. So yeah, Barbara, life is tough. I can tell you. What was everybody's scent of the day? But it's fucking warm in here. Christ. Scent of the night is Malto Smalto. I'll be the burning bush, says Germs. Can I still walk into a grocery shop in San Francisco, take items and leave with no repercussions? I think there'll be a reckoning for that one day, you know. I think there'll be a reckoning for that. Sounds like a setup. Has anybody seen the incident in the theatre in Russia, Moscow, just a couple of hours ago? Pretty fucking horrific, like something out of Call of fucking Duty it was. That's not on the news at the minute because Kate Middleton is dominating the news. Poor girl. She's not feeling too well. So I feel bad. Tips for a fresh L'Occitane lavender, the basic O or vintage Caron pour on arm. Thinking for bedtime lightweight feel. You want the lavender by L'Occitane. Just get this. Just get that. £60 for 300ml. I'll throw this on. It's brilliant. And welcome also Kate Hofseth. On a roll with these streams, says Fosco. That's right. I've done 4. I've done a stream every night this week. I've done a stream every night this week. So that's good. 1 on the gaming channel, 4 on the fragrance channel. I might do what might I do? I might do gaming streams tomorrow and Sunday. I always do one on Sunday evening. Happy birthday to Christina, by the way. She is out for the weekend. So I hope she has a nice time. Sorry. Shower gel got peppery vibes. Interesting. Circling the drain we are, Parody. Chin up though. Send comment as soon as possible. A is reading your Insta, says James. Oxford and Cambridge from Check and Speak is a wonderful lavender. Happy birthday to my sweet Pisces moon sister, says Horace. I do have the L'Occitane Pour Homme Lavender, which is nice, and it is a little spicy, but I reckon you'd have to reapply it about 4 times a day. Once in the morning, once at brunch, once at 4 o'clock, and then once before you go to bed. Pat Lester, 100% my favourite, says Fosco. That's a nice thing to say. Hello, Silver Panther. How are you? I'm not sure they have it now. A female lavender, though. Oh, they don't have this. They don't sell. This is discontinued. I'll be fucking mortified. Let me do something about this right now. Lavande, L'Occitane, not Lavanda Blanche. That is a new fragrance. Lavande Blanche, white lavender. It's more musk. It's more musk than lavender, which is upsetting. Oh no, still on L'Occitane. It's still on L'Occitane. You can get the foaming bath gel. You can get the hand moisturizer. You can get the relaxing pillow. The relaxing pillow mist, 100ml, enriched with essential oils. That is £21. Cocon en sérénité. Sorry about that. You'll have sleepless nights after hearing me pronounce it. Good grief. That looks really nice. Actually, I wouldn't mind a bottle of that. Lavender foaming bath refill. All this fucking foaming bath stuff, which I don't want. But if you go on the L'Occitane website, Eau de Cologne is right there. Select Lavender Harvest. No, I don't want to buy it. I've got one. L'Occitane Lacan comes as a nice shower gel. All the available in the shop. Yes. It's beautiful. It's an absolutely glorious fragrance. I wore a very lavender fragrance today, which was Au Noir by Dior. And it is gorgeous, but I may have made a mistake with that as well, thinking that it's not a autumn and winter fragrance because it is a bit heavy for the spring and the summer. It's been warm here the last couple of days. You know, it's been warm, but Pradeep was telling me that Au Noir and Fève de la Suisse are now discontinued at Dior, which sounds about right. Au Noir's been offed a few times, hasn't it? You know? It's been gotten rid of. So that is a boon. Dushan is going to the bar. Cheers, man. I'm well. The raining, which is much it's raining, which is much needed. Clouds of pollen the past week have coated the world yellow, says Silver Panther. That sounds like agony. I bought Shalimar for my birthday in December and didn't like it. Today I like it a lot. A lot of people do that. It's one of those classics that people seem to come around to, regardless of perfume taste. I must admit I didn't like it and still don't. I don't like Le Leon either. It smells like rubber. It smells like a balloon. An uninflated balloon. L'Occitane Lavande comes as a nice shower gel. All the line is available. Bloody clumsy fingers, says Tim. Dushan the MILF Hunter, says James. You haven't got the girl on boutique anymore. No parfums too. Oh no. Conquer Imperial also axed. You've made a good dent in that already. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. It'll be a couple of weeks on Sunday since I got that. I've made a fat dent in it. You know what I'm like? I go through it and I spray it everywhere. Like, spray it multiple times throughout the day, man. It's amazing. It's a beautiful little pick-me-up. I'd be fucking mortified if it died. I'd be mortified if they got rid of it. Awful scenes. Hello, Natadida. How are you? Au Noir is probably the most interesting Heidi Slimane release. I imagine Bois d'Argent was a lot more interesting in 2004 than it is in 2024. Dior Homme, also very interesting. Both the gardeners are here. Welcome. I've come round to quite a few perfumes and people since my journey began, says Horace. I'm thinking about getting a black tie decan, says Spaced Out. I remember it is very close to the skin, but it smells nice. It's always the really nice ones that sit close to your skin, isn't it? Yeah. Bobby says, Prod, unfortunately, a big part of this game is the I've got mine factor. This must be part of everyone's calculus, says Bobby. Yeah, people are a bit like that. Let's be honest. Welcome, Laura G. With a wave. Although no, it turns out I can get along with sexists a lot easier than I imagined, says Horace. Shade. I'm struggling to get on with my mother at the minute. I am absolutely gasping for the toilet and she's in the shower. And she's taking fucking ages. And she knows I wanted to use the toilet. But she went in the shower anyway. Scent of the day is Kenzo Porom EDP, says Silver Panther. Where men use the sink. It's not quite at that stage yet. But I don't particularly want to share the same room with my mother when she's got nothing on. Both the cats are also here. Baymax is so enraptured, he is asleep. That is what he does. That's what he does when he's happy. He's clearly enjoying the sound of my voice. He is enjoying my dulcet tones, you know. I was watching Ramsey's stream last night and I ended up doing what Baymax is doing and falling asleep. You know. It just means you are comfortable and happy around the people you are with and the noises you can hear. Yeah, sorry. I'm at peace with Richard sexy harassing me on a daily basis. Galen likes that shit. I feel like I'm victim blaming. Evening, Nick S. Your scent of the day was Givenchy and Sensei. Scent of the evening is Girl and Mitsuko Parfum de Toilette. I did not care for Insensé by Givenchy. I think I'll rotate my frag cabinet this weekend. Ooh, you'll enjoy that. I might come round. And watch. Obviously, I'm too lazy to help, but I might. Like, you could live stream it. You know, you could set up a StreamYard. I'm sure people would watch. People watch mine with great care. You know, people are intrigued by my mysterious rotations. Go outside and relieve yourself with the nature, Rich. Be one with the ducks. I can't do that. Although my neighbours are on holiday, they're in Brazil. Silver Panther says, I've acquired a cat recently. A neighbour moved away and couldn't take his cat. His name is Ramsey, funnily enough. Doesn't know a thing about frags, though. Shame. Yeah, that is a shame. Could have used the cat to get to Russian Adam. The Discord is on fire, by the way. We've had people in there discussing all sorts of stuff. Some outrageous remarks made. Some less outrageous remarks made. I wish we could all just be happy. Jalen says, I love Insensé. Fragby still has old bottles for under $100. Outrageous. I don't like it. It's got this kind of weird metallic, like fiery kind of, like metal on fire kind of thing going on, you know? Cut Gam, welcome to you. How are you? Have you tried Xerjoff Torino 23? No, I haven't. I'm not a huge fan of Xerjoff, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I haven't tried Torino 23. Oh, yes, great banter for beautiful kitty pics, thanks to the G family. Yes, if anybody wants to drop pictures of their kittens or of their dogs or rabbits or any kind of pictures of animals, you know, I mean, not any kind of pictures of animals, behave, but like pictures of animals and stuff, your pets having a fun time. Not that much fun, though. Just like, you know, say if you take your dog for a walk, that would be nice. Or if the cat climbs up the curtains, that'd be fun. Or if your cat climbs up the dog while it's having a walk. Anything. Dogs woefully underrepresented. That's right. Change that. Be the change you want to see in the world, Horace. Have you tried Zurich Trainer 23? No, I haven't. Welcome back, Brandon. That's a damn good price nowadays, says Nick to Galen about Insensé. The Discord is still working out its vibe. Yes, it's early days. Thoughts on French Defence by Mind Games, says RP Rentals. Never smelled it. Divine says, oh, I own 23. Awful blind buy. I was sure I had negative vibes of it in my head, and I wasn't sure if it's because I don't like Zerjov or if it was because someone had said something, and I think it was you. Maybe we as G's can add some content too. Yes, the gardeners also have a parrot. He is called Nico. We think it's a he. He's been keeping it to himself, you know? He's a crafty bird. No, the knight in photo form. Dogs woefully underrepresented. What is your favourite fresh summer fragrance, bro? Favourite fresh summer fragrance? There are so many. As you can see, I have a lot of fragrances. Most of the summer ones are at the back. I'm not sure I could pick a favourite, but I could pick out a few if you wanted. Paris Biarritz by Chanel. Paris Biarritz by Chanel. Original Vetiver by Creed. Loewe Pour Homme. Geranium Pour Monsieur by Marl. Mugler Cologne. Roadster by Cartier. There are many, you know. Metropolis by Lauder. It appears that my mother has fucked off out the bathroom, so I am going to make a dash for it. I will be back in a minute. Please excuse me whilst I dehydrate. God. I will be back. If you would like to like the stream in my absence and surprise me when I return, that would be kind. Oh, shit. Bred in captivity. Get in. Oh, I'm back. I am back, my friends. How are you? That was pleasant dehydration. A fun time was had by all. Let's see what people are saying. I forgot I had 3 bottles of Leve pour on. Yes. Brandon, we need some photos of you with vintage bottles and flowers and watches on the Discord. Brandon, if you would like to join the Discord, please do. I will drop the link. Brace yourselves, friends. This could take me a minute because I'm shit. Where is it? Sharing. Oh, I found out how to do it quickly. Oh, that's quite good. Okay, so anybody who wants to join the Discord, it is fun. I'll pick out half a dozen, says Nick. Possible unpopular opinion. It's the last day of wearing Antace of the week. I'll be a 19 for the rest of the week, says Brandon. So I wore Cristal yesterday and it was fucking sensational. I had a great time. Horse loaf. Dear God. Oh. I don't often see a horse do a loaf. What's your favourite fresh? Issue is 21 and 22 were easy, mainstream wearable. 23 has a vintage, outdated feel. Ooh, maybe I'll like it. Like cats, but Mary M is more of a stray dog type. Brandon, we need some photos. Forgot I had 3 bottles of Leve pour on. I have got 3 or 4. 3? Pass. Leftover meatloaf for sandwiches cannot be topped, says Bob. I'm not in charge. That shit's tough, says Brandon. Bro. I'm looking you have Nexon by Tower short review, please. It's nice. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I do have Nexon by Tower. It's nice. It's creamy. I'm not sure I would wear it in the height of summer. I'm not sure I would wear it in the height of summer, but I would wear it. Gam, is that you outside the Taj Mahal? It's nice, isn't it? It's a nice place. I haven't been or anything. I'm just saying it's a nice place. I've seen pictures of it and shit. Yeah, this tower. I know Pradip hated it. But I actually thought it was really, really nice. And Nexon not recommended for summer. So you can wear it whenever you want. You know, I'm not going to tell you what to do. That's not what I do. As I'm sure you're aware. But if you want to wear it in summer, you wear it in summer. But I think it's more kind of spring into summer. I know that's very niche, but it's got this creaminess which would probably prevent it from the highest of high heat. So if you live somewhere where it gets really hot or really humid, creamy stuff, rich, thick stuff, even mildly creamy stuff will not serve you well in the highest of high heat. As is evidenced by Richie G going to Tunisia with Herba Fresca and coming back with the shocking news at the time that Herba Fresca did not work in the African heat, and that's post-Saharan Africa. Tunisia's hot as fuck. So what's he doing? He's going back. Who will look after the cats? Who will look after me? Cheers from Indonesia. Welcome, Indonesia. How are you? Pavarotti looks like Batman with the Miradont behind. Galen, we need pictures of your dog on the Discord. Yes, Galen. Join the Discord. DJ Shipley. A wild DJ Shipley has appeared. Hi. Ah, James has posted his little doge. Hello. It's a fluffy little dog. We like a good animal, you know. You hear about that kid that went to Pets at Home and strangled like 11 fucking rabbits? Fucking police want to keep a keen eye on that fucker. He's only 10, so he can't be charged with criminal fucking... He can't be charged criminally, but the kid's obviously going to grow up to be a really lovely fucking person. That was fucking disgusting. Silver Panther says, can you review the 3 new Girl-On parfums please buy this weekend, Pradeep? Don't yell at Galen. Well, what else am I supposed to do at Galen? That's all Galen's ever known. I like to speak to people in their language, as long as it's not a foreign language. Because I can barely speak English, mate. Pork cutlets are also fantastic. Tonkatsu is a pork cutlet. What are we talking? How did this get to there? I lived under a lady that had 2 birds for 30 years. They fly around the house a bit, but it's just a bit sad. I wouldn't like to be a bird, full stop. I like leftover chicken cutlet sandwiches. Rich, move the goutal slightly to the right, please, says Nick. I know the feelings you're having right now, Nick, and I hope that has helped placate them. You know? I feel your pain, mate. I feel your pain. Next one was rotten, I thought, says Pradeep. I did tell you. Yesterday, I wore Guerlain Vetiver, modern version, in the heat of the Arizona, already here. I consider it a warm day fragrance. It gives a refreshing and medicinal in a good way feeling. You can't get medicinal in a good way. Absolutely. You know? We have had 2 new members of the Discord since I posted the link. And I'm happy. And there are many people. You can come in, join in, have a nice time, just talk about perfumes or pets. Your scent of the day, generally what you're up to. Just don't be bastards. That's all I ask of anybody and everybody. But yes, I agree. Guerlain Vetiver's got this dryness, which I think would help it operate in high heat. It's also got tobacco. It's got this kind of... Do you find it's got this kind of mentholated feeling? Is that like what you're describing as medicinal? It's got this kind of... It's not minty, but it's not far off, which I think you can get with some types of vetiver, you know? It's got this kind of crystal... You know, like those kind of like a hard-boiled sweet, you know? That ain't the Taj Mahal, says Gavradeep. I'll take your word for it. That, a very limited edition from Andy Tower, certainly is. Rich, thoughts on Cristobal Pour Homme? I sold mine. I really didn't like it. A rare, almost the only fragrance from Gerard Anthony that I actively don't like, you know? Yeah, I really didn't care for Balenciaga's Cristobal. It kind of had a polish kind of thing going on for me, the same as Jaipur Pour Homme. You know, it had that kind of, you know, Bowmakers by DS and Durga. It's got that polish note, slightly offensive kind of thing, you know. Fosco, here and in Japan, we call that chicken katsu. Great stuff. I like it. It's one fragrance Rich and I agree on. Slammo. Thanks so much for the insight, bro. Cheers from Indonesia. Welcome, Indonesia, and thank you for coming. Please stay with us. You are more than welcome. What is your scent of the day? Well, my scent of the day was a bit of a lavender bomb, but I think I've made a mistake. This is not an spring and summer fragrance. I think the curried kind of, it's not straight up curry, but that kind of spicy density. The lavender's very gloopy as well. Welcome, Darren C. I think it's a bit thick, you know. And I mean, don't get us wrong, I like them thick, but I think it's more of a fresh autumn fragrance, you know. I think I may have dropped a bollock, and it may have to be put into the autumn and winter pile, to be honest with you. You know, Herba Fresca will not be going back. Yes. I also like them thick. Yes. Eau Noir is unfortunately the worst selling privé, which is surprising to me because some of them are truly shite. But people, I think, a lot of people are truly shite, and that's why they buy shite perfume, like Venediorama and tobacco. What was it? Rouge tobacco? No, Rouge Trafalgar. Something like that. That crap. Awful. Wow, it makes it sound more like an invitation, Rich. Pradeep, can you review the new Girl On and 3 perfumes by the weekend? Yes, Pradeep, crack on. How many price for the Nexon, bro? £225, bro. But I got some off. Forgot to say my scent of the day was BDK. Oh, that rhymes. 320 Saint Honor, the 2024 release. Not a fan of the brand, but I haven't smelled that one. Girl On Vetiver is swampy. Ooh, brother, ooh. I don't think it's swampy. I'm wearing Vetiver for a lot of Girl April on base notes. The other one I'm wearing regularly is Derby. What do you think about Bel Respiro, Pradeep? Alan says, how do you find the oud in 3312? Divine says, what oud? It smells of white musk and white florals with a hint of spicy edge on spicy green edge on skin. I appreciate your candor, says Alan. I'd love Vetiver if it had slightly less prominent tobacco. I really like it. I just like everything about it. Like, it's fantastic. Let me put the Discord again. Darren C. Evening. Eau Noir is perfect for a misty, snowy winter morning. Is it? Sprayed Bois de Rouge, French lover again. Is it made? Does it resemble Ter Intense Vetiver? Eau Noir is unfortunately the worst selling privé. Tobacco law, shite. Oof, what a week, says Horace. I can see that. Elena only worked with certain materials, says Fosco. Tobacco law was not to my liking. Yeah, I thought it was crap. Better than smelling like curry. Who wants to smell like that? Well, it's not curry. It's got a curry-ish kind of vibe, like a spicy kind of thing. Oh. It's Immortel, that's the name of it. Who put that in the chat? It was A. Cumin can be a bit touchy for me, but Immortel I haven't had an issue with yet. Yeah. Immortel's got that kind of warm spiciness, whereas cumin turns to BO on me, unfortunately. It's pretty grim. But those later, what's it called? Those later Demachés where he released like a spate of them as the shite. The bad education. Saying people are shit because they buy shit perfume is kind of low, though. Well, I was joking. I was being flippant. But you can't be flippant on the internet. That's a good point. But some shit people do buy perfume, though. I do know some shit people who buy perfumes. Do you recommend any of the Chanel extras over the EDP? Personally, no. I do not care for the extracts, to be honest. I know Jacob was wounded and was not happy about the whole thing, you know. He was not happy about the whole thing at all. Tom Ford London smells of curry in a good way, says Alan. Weather Orange is fantastic. Found it different from Nigel's Eau Intense Vetiver. I think I wore French Lover last week and I really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. Samsara. Sabla's is nice, different. Sabla's Immortelle smells like a diaper. Too much for me, says Prodigy. Do I remember that fragrance? I remember it. But are you talking about the Annick Goutal? Sabla's. I do not remember diaper from it. Diapa. My Chanel purchase countdown is at day one. Is it 1 day? Tomorrow is the day, says Horace. So it's less than a day. Oh, Ganymede X-rays, Immortelle Overdose. Oh, fucking hell. I really don't care for those. The Marc Antoine Barrois. Richie G has joined the Discord. Welcome to everybody new who has joined the Discord. I will wave to you all. I've waved to everybody more than once, I think. Brandon is here. Welcome. People are posting pets. Yes. One of Laura Gardner's pets is watching the stream intently, looking at the Pavarotti. He is very interested in the Pavarotti. Hello, Lion. How are you? How intrigued. I am, what am I? The Purple Peng. Welcome, Purple Peng. There's a problem on the Discord server in that everybody's got different names. I'm glad Brandon's got the same name on there as he has on here. That's fun because it's a bit of a nightmare trying to remember who's who from where and their past like verbiage, you know. I adjusted the settings so that you can change your name, your nickname on the server. Very kind. Also, full moon circle with my witches tomorrow. If any of you need some magic, I would like money. If you would like to send me magic money, not magic money, real money, but magically send it, I would take it. Papillon is a great modern niche brand. One of the best indie brands. Would you call them indie or would you call them niche? Is Papillon indie or niche? I'm not sure. You know? I am not sure. Hello, Nick Walker. No, they're indie. I think they're indie too. An idiot sandwich, says Divine. Assuming people have the rights, they can change their display name by doing name, insert name. I adjusted a setting. What's an idiot sandwich, Divine? I have only one vintage Chanel X-Ray, says Pradeep. Oh no, just one. I swear I need like 1 month or more to finish a 1.5 ml sample. I always use one spray. I just don't like putting loads of sprays ever. Well, that's up to you. You know, you'll save a lot of money doing that, to be fair. So, that's good. I want money too. Another indie. Welcome, Nick Walker. Intense Vetiver is basically just Tour de Hermes with Vetiver turned up and some Amber Woods, in my opinion. Ooh, Amber Woods. I see what you mean, Divine. That was an inside joke. Anyone wearing Philosopos this summer? I like Philosopos, but I don't want to smell of Philosopos, to be honest. I really don't. I like it, but I don't want the pong of it, if I'm being honest. I haven't got into my stride. I think I'm enjoying green stuff this year. You know, like Cristal was the first perfume I put on for the first time this year. I mean, we're only 3 weeks in, but it was the first time I put on a fragrance, maybe with the exception of French Lover, that it was the first one that really surprised us when I wore it. It always happens every year. Like a fragrance will like pop out and just be like, wear me loads. And I do that, and it's great. I really enjoy it. And that happened with Cristal, so I've got a feeling that bottle of Cristal is going to get a hiding this year. What else? I need to wear Iquitos. I need to wear my Kouros. What else? Success, actually. I enjoyed Success quite a lot. By the German niche brand, I think it's a niche brand, of Mode Creation München. This is an absolutely outrageous fragrance. It is fantastic. Honey. Slightly pissy, but not too pissy. No, I can't get anything on Discord. Discord. Can't get anything on Discord. Click the invite several times. No idea how it works. I will send you. Someone has donated via coffee, and you are too kind. I will message you after the stream, but thank you. I appreciate it greatly. Mate, I will send you the Discord via email. I have responded to your email with the Discord link. Maybe you can get it to work. Anuj! You are too kind. I have sent you hugs. See what's new, my lord, see what's new. What is my fucking phone doing? Why have you stopped working? Yahoo email went down yesterday, and I was a bit upset by it, because at that exact moment I was on the phone to Harrods. Harrods are acting funny fuckers. They haven't got back in touch with us. I expected better from Harrods, but here we are. I will keep you updated because I'm going to bring them back tomorrow. Going for Chanel 19 as my go-to. I'm sure I've got a 19 lurking somewhere. Speaking of Anuj is who I got this off. Eau de Toilette Cristal. It's a little, I don't know, it's like a little refill thing, but it's glorious. Totally unisex, I think. Adrian says, as the beach season is coming, does anyone else consider that is pointless to wear beachy perfumes at the beach, as the beach environment overpowers everything around? It depends if you're going to go in the water. I find it quite unusual that people would go into the water with a fragrance on, you know? Like, and then expect it to still keep going, you know? Like, excuse me. Sorry. Scent of the Day, Purple Label by Ralph Lauren. Somebody mentioned that yesterday. Okay, so if no money then, angel worms and chicken toenails, please, says Silver Panther. We all enjoy success. We would like to be successful. I bought success off of Nuge too. Oh, it's really good. It's a top vintage fragrance, this, for me. I love that shit. It's fabulous. I think the Nexon is overpowering the colour of the other two juices. There it is, much brighter. I've got an insane vintage Cristal 19mm. It's a ridiculously mossy stuff. Yeah, it's a proper mossy fragrance, to be fair. You know? My phone is now working, and a Nuge has donated a considerable sum, and I appreciate it greatly. You are too good to me. Thank you. I will text you afterwards. Or a Nuge could join the Discord. Everybody could join the Discord. It's an interesting thing, the Discord, isn't it? I woke up to loads of messages this morning, though, as I was very much asleep overnight. Excuse me? MDM is a designer eyewear brand, also interesting. MCM, yes. Welcome, Micah Shoemaker. Definitely worth a sniff. Millicim Imperial was good for that. Going to the beach, yes. I prefer to smell the actual ocean and nature than a perfume, says Fosco. And wear fragrance when you go to dinner. Quite. You could spray on some Dessandre and get in the water and get out again and be just fine, says Horace. Who begot Fougere Royale worth a blind buy? I will never advise you to blind buy things. But it's definitely worth a smell. It's a good quality fragrance. It's a very good quality fragrance. Is Le Troisième Homme de Caron worth spending over $120? Oh. Only 2 years ago you could find it for under 50, then it got hyped. Well, I got a vintage bottle from a Nuge, and I actually considered wearing Troisième Homme, and it did get hyped. You're right, but it's a very good fragrance. Is it worth $120? Historically, no, but the way the market is at the minute, you will pay 3 times as much for a perfume that isn't half as good, you know? So it's a top fragrance. It really is beautiful. It's fantastic. But 120, it's just, sorry. Fuck, I need a cup of coffee or something. I don't drink coffee, to be fair, but I'll probably just inject it rather than drink it. The Troisième Homme is brilliant, and it's very hard to justify paying $120 when you know a couple of years ago you could have had it for $50. But the fact is, he didn't buy it a couple of years ago, which is the kicker, you know. So it's worth what someone out there is willing to pay for it, you know. If not you, will it be someone else? And if it is you, then someone has paid for it. So you need to think whether it's what you want to spend your money on, you know. Cristal is more masculine than the last 10 years of men's designer stuff. Absolutely. And it smells better. Regardless of its masculinity or its femininity, it smells so good. The lemon and the bergamot at the top are lovely. It's a glorious lemon, to be fair. And you know, I don't say that lightly. I need to find a sample of Infusion Velour, probably one of the scents I'm most interested in smelling. Who's that by? Eugenia said Chanel, Hermes, Marl and Guerlain are top of the food chain. Would you agree, says Joe Nathan? By size, not by current output. I don't think Marl's released anything good for a while now. I don't think that Chanel has released anything good for a while now, unless you go down to like the Paris series, you know. Edinburgh's good, Biarritz is good. So unless you buy something like that, I don't think they have. Hermes released a couple of things. Guerlain, I mean, if you throw enough shit at the wall, some of it'll stick. But they're all living off they're all heritage brands at this point. Even Marl, and I say that because Marl's nearly 25 years old, the brand, right? And before that, Frederick Marl worked for Dior, so he knows what he's doing. Come to me if you want to be enabled to blind buy, says Horace. Can't believe the prices for that Caron nowadays, says Nick. Me and Ramsey have had this conversation a few times, and I'm sure I've told you people, but me and him are really, really, really pleased about the fact that we were into vintage fragrances. We were into vintage fragrances before the price rises came, because I wouldn't have the collection I've got. My Cat is Mental has joined. I wonder if that's Richie G. Oh, no, it's not. Richie G joined before. Would you wear it over Beau de Jour or Invasion? No. I actually had a bottle and sold it. I had a bottle of Fougère Royale and sold it. It's good quality fragrance, but seems to be totally foobarred by this old Discord group and being called My Cat is Mental. You have joined. Hello, you have joined. A will be able to guide you through the process of changing your nickname if you want. I would appreciate it, but it's not mandatory or anything. But if you're in there, if you could change your name to what you are called on YouTube, it would help greatly with my mental capacity not looking extremely limited by having to remember 2 names for one person. Or 2 names for each person, I should say. Excuse me. Friends, I can confirm I successfully took and survived taking poison last night, which was a boon. So I didn't take any oil. So I woke up today not being absolutely cabbaged, and I think from now on I'm going to try and avoid taking oil, although it has most definitely served its purpose in helping me get over the first, and basically helping us acclimatise to said poison, you know. Nick says it's got a beautiful chamomile note. I like chamomile. I had a candle by Diptyque which had a chamomile. I think it was called chamomile, and it was beautiful. Damn, I'm going to do it then. Oh my, he's going to do it. You need to stick that Koros down the toilet. No! No! Infusion Velour is from Ojar. I've never even heard of Ojar, I don't think. News Parfums, French site making a count and the prices shown go way down. Interesting. Jura Rose is sending me messages. I was going to ask Jura Rose if he wanted to join us on stream tonight, but he was like, oh, I'm cooking. I was like, oh, God. You're always cooking. He'd be making Chinese food, no doubt. Sweet fruity oud, blackberry and raspberry. Fruity. Loads of French sites got it for cheap, says KM. Just got $800 off a $1,000 Ralph Lauren leather jacket. I've been eyeing it. Finally got it on sale, says Steps. Well done. I agree. Best mall releases are far behind them. Sadly, Portrait of a Lady, Muscle of a Young, Cornflower, historical to me, says Spaced Out. I think the new Frederick Mall stuff isn't great. Like, I really do. I think it's a bit crap. You know, I think the Frederick Mall have died. I think there needs to be some kind of new Frederick Mall-esque brand that comes out, releases stuff that people want. Welcome, Empty Sense. Kate Hofseth says, I want a Chanel Paris, but can't decide which one. Ducks successfully poisoned. Yes, I'm one of the only people in the world who can successfully poison themselves. I'm one of the few non-doomers who thinks Mars' latest release was among their best. Which one was the latest one? Was it Heaven Can Wait? I wasn't a big fan. I must admit, I wasn't a big fan. I don't really care for the Clove, to be honest. I don't like it when Cole's the Clove's the star of the show. Brandon says, I'll join you tonight, pal. Unfortunately, I'm not on StreamYard. I would have to have notice, but now you have joined the Discord, I will be able to contact you and tell you when I am going live and pre-plan, because I've got to start the stream on StreamYard and then invite people in. You know what I mean? So I think Brandon wants to join the stream. I can't be sure, says Horace. Malpractice. That's a fantastic comment, Nick. Malpractice. Well done. Q-King, says Germs. Q-King. Doomerism is contagious, Bob. Yes. Yes, I mean, bloody hell, when I was younger, I was big into nihilism. Fuck me, it's easy to fall into as well, you know. Oops. Not accusing Spaced Out, though. Sorry, man. Doomerism is contagious. Discord has changed my name to be the same, or someone did. Working, says Tim. I think someone did. These men are nihilists, Donny. Yes! Sensational reference. Outrageous film. I think I put Richie G onto that film. I'm sure I did. The Big Lebowski. That perfume really tied the room together. Sensational film. Absolutely brilliant. Did anybody see The Ballad of Buster Scruggs? It was by the same people. I think the Coen brothers. The name's just come back to us there. I think it was by the Coen brothers as well. It was fantastic. And they do write some good stuff, you know. Sorry, friends, I'm just poking myself in the ear. Not accusing Space. I disagree. The latest Frederick Marlowe, no better or no worse, says Bad Education. I think Brandon wants to join the stream. I can't be sure. Only nihilism I like is the Rancid song. At your service, friends. This girl I'm seeing has me reading Jane Eyre. Oris is asking if anyone's reading a good book. I'm listening to a good book called Blood Meridian. Struggle to read books. I kind of forget what's been at the top of the page by the time I get to the bottom. Nick says, how off 2,500 subs are you, Rich? I am about 6. So I only know that because I was looking at my analytics today, which I do every once in a while. I don't want to make a big thing of it because I don't want to be driven by it. I kind of just want to do what I want to do. And I kind of feel like if I do that, then the channel will go the way I want it to, rather than be asked about likes and fucking subscriptions and fucking the other one, which I mean, what is it? Comments. Fuck me. All of that kind of thing. I don't want to get too. I don't want to get hooked on that at all. You know what I mean? Like some people like it genuinely spoil. It seems to spoil their enjoyment, and I enjoy coming here. I do this as like a hobby, not as a job. I don't want to make it into a money making thing. I don't want to. I've described this many times. I couldn't, and I don't want to do that. So I'm quite happy with the way things are going. You know. But every once in a while I'll pop in because it is interesting, you know? But I wouldn't start being like, oh, this worked and this didn't work, you know? Which is why I do first impressions on houses that no one's ever heard of, least of all me. Like East Uzak, didn't get a lot of views, but you never know. Might encourage somebody to try something different, might encourage me to buy something. I'm essentially just vlogging my journey through perfume. I'd be doing most of this shit if I didn't have a channel anyway. It's just with having a channel, I get the extra boost of the community and the interaction with people, and it fits my lifestyle because I'm cabbaged. You know what I mean? With me back and me hips, so it kind of covers a multitude of sins. And I love the people who come on here and the people who agree and disagree and the people can feel as though they can say things that they want to say here and set us straight when I'm talking shite. Which happens a lot less than it used to in my life, not necessarily during the lifetime of the channel, but, you know, I think that something I've learned in life is that if you are talking bollocks, someone can come along and have like a quiet word or a quiet reminder and just say, I think you might be talking shite here. Something I have worked on throughout my life is being able to accept said criticism. You know, wasn't always the way. Great name for a perfume channel, the Fragrance Flogger. I mean, there are lots of fragrance floggers out there at the minute, let's be honest. A lot of people flogging fragrance out there. Regardless of regardless of whether they admit it or not. But here we are. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. If you are a big clove lover, then heaven can wait, says Boz. Says Boz? Bob. Sorry, Bob. Deepest apologies. I think the new Frederick Mall is really good, says Carl. They take more chances than sticking to something like the Vetiver one or the colognes. All of the new releases have grown on me. I do admit, I must admit, the way it stands out in the crowd is impressive, and I appreciate it. You know, it's a good thing. I like that. I like that, but I don't like the actual fragrance itself. You know, I think it's. Ugh. I definitely got this kind of magnolia, creamy floral thing going on. Like the magnolia, like vibe I got from it was like the texture of like a tin of paint. You know, like that really thick, rich, gloopy kind of mid thing in it. I definitely got that. But, yeah. Woof, says Omar. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. Oh, wow, she has great taste, eh? That's one of my faves. And taste is a little cold, so decided to enjoy it. Nice. Richie Star and present log jamming. Yeah, people can get a bit obsessive about numbers, yes. All you North countries are somewhat doomeristic. It's the weather and short days. Us South countries are more friendly and carefree. And also the weather, probably. It's absolutely the weather. I'm from Britain, mate. Let me tell you, everyone here is utterly, utterly fucking miserable. Right? Even if they don't admit it, I'm telling you, it's the natural British fucking... The pastime of the British is the weather. And the mood of the British is misery. Because the weather's fucking misery. Right? For 2 weeks a year, we are allowed to be happy. Right? And no more. right? And we think ourselves lucky that we get that time at all. So believe that, you know? When British people go on holiday, right, they're like, ooh, 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 this is nice. And the locals are like, yeah, it's like this all the time. And we're like, no, it's not. Don't be silly. And then we have to go back to Britain and be sad again, you know? That is the price we pay. Evening, what have I missed, says a line on beauty. Not much. Just your average stream. If you are big on clove lover, if you are a big clove lover, then heaven can wait. I'm sure that's the second time you've said that, Bob. Guys, the iris and amber and heaven can wait is the real star, says Horace. Agreed, Horace. I find the clove well balanced. Juma Rose was utterly fucking raving about the quality of the clove bud in it. He was like, this has got like a really high quality material in it. And I was like, ooh, brother, ooh. I was like, I don't like cloves. I like a little bit of clove as a supporting note, but I don't want it to be like front and center telling us what to do and shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to smell like clove. I'm not a massive clove fan, if I'm honest. Welcome, Mike V. Mighty V. Mike V. You are wearing M7. Fabulous. One of the great designers of the century. I love it. Bjorn, welcome. I remember even at the beginning of 2021, there were not so many fragrance channels like there are today. Today, there's a flood of those. Everybody's having a go, because I'll tell you what it is. You've got a captive audience, right? You've got a captive audience, right? And if you're a woman, to be frank, you've got a very good chance of building like a subscriber base to launch from. You know what I mean? Because the community's full of like sad men. And like, I say the community's full of sad men. A lot of men are very sad and they think cologne is a way of helping them get a woman, but it's not. It's and I think a lot of people, I think a lot of men, like, how can I put it? A lot of men are involuntarily celibate, and I think that they watch these women talking about how fragrance gets them excited, and they're like, oh wow, that's what I'm missing. That's what I'll do if I just keep buying fragrances like this woman told us, and it's always the next one. I'll buy the next one. I'll buy the next one. I'll buy the next one. It's just typical shit. You know what I mean? Very strange place that we inhabit. Hemington Wade for me smells a lot like Guerlain Louis. Kind of good, not amazing. I think the only scents I like with clover, Overture Man, Burlington 1819, and Aiguemonde Oriental. Who's that by? $250 curly fragrance. Fucking hell, it's £295. How the fuck did that happen? Bobby, I saw the movie Hannibal because of that scene you shared when they smelled the letter with ambergris. Great movie. Fucking love the English weather except those few dark weeks in late autumn. I mean, I'm used to it. I like the autumn actually, because I'm still. It's when it gets to like January is quite tough. December, that like the week of Christmas, the week before Christmas, like the week either side of Christmas, and then after New Year, I perk up after New Year. So basically, any time after the 17th to about the 2nd of January, I'm really not a massive fan. But I'm not as bad as I used to be. I used to be horrible with it. Love that video where Jura keeps saying clove bud. Clove bud. In his posh voice. One of my favourite aspects of this subculture is the homoeroticism, says Horace. Sounds gay. Well, it would be if it's homoeroticism, wouldn't it? Even a Mediterranean guy can't handle the English weather. Well, nobody can handle the English weather. It's bloody awful. The real move is to get laid despite your fragrance. Yes! Oh no, not the incel, says Horace. The incel culture is a weird thing. You know, there are strange people are the incels, and they might be dangerous. We don't know yet. Ego Monde Oriental is a Clive Christian. Ah, see. Sweet spicy oriental, cinnamon and clove. 1 to 2 aggressive nose punch. 1-2 aggressive nose punch. Nuclear. Hi, Horace, says Eugene. Blind Buy More Harrods exclusive stuff will be fun. Will not be fun. Will be the least fun thing in the world. I used to get a woman wearing a t-shirt soaked in PBR and a smile. Oh. I love the week between Xmas and New Year's. It's a very special feeling, says Spaced Out. I'm glad you like it. It's just I'm not a fan at all. I want a dirty martini, says Lily. Looking forward to the spring. Whatever happened to this fragrance apprentice? He's decided to knock it on the head. It seems like. Why didn't Brady shake Foles' hand after the Super Bowl, says Fosco. I don't know what this means. I didn't like V myself, eh? Very dominant and smoky. Brady was always a salty loser, apparently, says Divine. Bjorn, the Fragrance Apprentice, is focusing on producing a feature film, says Noah. Testing girl on Pearl Imperial. I think it's pretty nice, actually, says Omar. They're not paying $800. I hope they put it in a cheaper bottle, says Omar. Eugene, did you get a response about Les Indomables? Ooh. Drop out, welcome. Are you having a nice time? Are you having a nice night? Happy birthday to Christina. Book your consultation today, says Micah. Well, I mean, he tried that, but I think it might have dried up. But I don't think his heart's been in it for a while, like, you know. And let's be honest, there are people who haven't stuck around as long as George. I think he made a real go of it, but I think his heart's been pulled in another direction, like, so. I hope he goes on to great success, you know. I will email him at some point. I will email him at some point and say thank you. And I'm glad I met him. Well, I never met him, but I'm glad I got to talk to him a bit, you know. I like George, says Micah. Yes, like everybody on the internet, on YouTube, and especially in the fragrance space, he divides opinion. Some people do like him, some people don't. I think he deserved a lot more than 50,000 subscribers in the end. But he wasn't a woman with massive jugs, you know what I mean? So it's very hard to get over 100,000 subscribers unless you are. In this space, doesn't matter how different or interesting or how much you try. So the average length of video in the community is going to decrease massively now he's gone, which I think is a massive shame because I loved watching those feature videos. Unfortunately, he has left the videos up and not deleted them. So there are some people who did delete all their videos from back in the day, like Kerosene and Hero, and Christo. A lot of people don't, and Thomas. Loads of people wanted rid, and they're some of my favourite reviewers, and it's more's the pity that they have deleted their videos, you know, but they have. And it's their content to do with what they wish, really. And I shall miss George's presence. And I shall miss what George represented to me, which was a time in the fragrance community. You know? Which has passed. And it certainly feels like it's passed. That shit feels like it is over. It is over for good. And the fragrance community, the analogy I drew yesterday, and I would kind of crystallized it now, is that the fragrance community feels like a universe. So it feels more like a universe than a community. And if you know anything about the evolution of the universe, it's that all these galaxies are moving further and further away from each other relative to each other, right? And after a certain length of time, they're going to be moving so fast away from each other that they're actually going to move out of sight of each other. And they are going to exist within the same universe as each other, but they're not going to be able to see. They're going to lose touch with each other. And that feels like where we're at. And each little channel is going to become its own little island galaxy. And it's going to have its own stars, its own black holes, its own nebulas, its own creations, its own deaths, its own life. But it's going to be alone, and it's not going to be surrounded by other galaxies, i.e. other people's channels, you know? And I kind of feel like this channel's an island galaxy, and Jeremy Fragrance is obviously a much bigger island galaxy, but his is over yonder, well away from me. Curly Fragrance, the same. Ashton, the same. Sebastian, the same. We've got like a local group of galaxies, and I'm at this point I'm wretchedly torturing this metaphor, but it just feels like everybody's moving further and further away from each other. And it's sad. And George announcing his departure, which you don't have to do. Somebody made the remark that it's not an airport and you don't have to announce your departure, but I'm glad he did. For closure, like he said in his video, which somebody sent us. It just kind of feels like if you were around 7 years ago, 10 years ago, it feels like another galaxy's just kind of blinked out of sight, you know? I just feel worse off for it. It sounds overly sentimental, doesn't it? But it's kind of how I feel. It is very sad. I've invested a lot of my own thoughts and feelings and everything and all of that sort of thing. And selfishly, I feel as though I would want him to come back and stay in the space. But things change, and that is the way it is, to steal a phrase. If anyone could direct a biography on you, it's Fragrance Apprentice, says he. He could direct it, but I wouldn't tell him a thing about myself. I'd deny everything. I like George, says Micah. Martinis are deadly to women, says Bob. Martini on the rocks, says Brandon. A huge space and need for the type of George's videos will be left wide open. It needs somebody with some serious talent to do it. And there's nobody here who's interested in doing that. There's too many people trying to follow the numbers, you know? There's too many people who are just interested in ratcheting up subscribers and not interested in the actual I don't want to call it art, but the actual fucking quality of perfumes. They're just looking to try and make some money and move to fucking Dubai. Is that the height of your ambition, really? What's your opinion on Oud Maracuya? I haven't smelled it yet. Rich, will you make an effort to smell Anne de la Muste's A perfume? It was Cheap Imitation's favourite from last year. I have made an effort to get a hold of it. It's going to take a blind buy, and it's fucking not cheap, and it's not the biggest bottle either. It's fucking, what is it? It's like, it's a 75 ml for fucking, like, the best part of 300 quid, like, and there would be nothing I'd love more than to smell it, but fuck. Like, I've already had me fucking feet burned, me toes burned by fucking that Kurdijan. Like, I mean, I'm not blaming anyone but myself, and this is why I don't tell anybody. This is why I don't tell anybody to blind buy stuff, and this is why you shouldn't blind buy stuff, because you might spend a lot of money on a perfume you don't like. But there it is, you know? I don't like his taste in fragrances. I don't agree with a lot of his taste in fragrances, but I do agree with some of his other taste in fragrances. It's the same with everybody. You never understand why people do that, says Nick. Do what? Exciting Eugene, the mythical hero. Having a film director, writer interested in a niche so small like fragrance reviewing is rare. So luckily we got him when he did. Well, yes, quite. I'm going to go visit Thomas and get some perfume content live, says Oris. Yes, please do. Rich, I am deeply jealous of your past. I wish I was around some of those OGs. Yes, it was a great time. You would have been a child when that was on. Fuck. You would have been a fucking child. I'm roughly the same age as Robes Away. I'm roughly the same age as a couple of the other people in the space as well. You know, I'm 38. Ramsey. That's who I was thinking of. Christ on a bike. What's wrong with me head? This is as sad as Farewell Joe. Oh my God almighty. That was absolutely horrific. Literally, my stomach dropped when that went up. It was really sad. The My Mickers as well. The fucking My Mickers video that Dava did. Oh fuck me, that was awful. Like it wasn't like awful from David to put it out. That's not what I'm saying. It was just when he did it, you could tell that he was wounded by it. You know, he was hurt by it. Happy to catch the stream too. Cheers, Dropout. It's all an illusion, says Eugene. And I was watching some of Carlos videos the other day. Really liked his content. Yeah, I like Carlos's content as well. I thought Carlos was all right. I thought he was really sound, actually. He's another OG, but lose all the fucking good ones, it seems. Interesting. Rich, kind of agree. What do you agree about? We have webbed feet on Planet Duck. Yes, create your own past now, Brandon, and look back on it fondly, says Lily, who was just turned into fucking Marcus Aurelius. Really, some people watch Curly Fragrance. Like, why? Because they are sad, lonely little men. How did I end up here, says Horace. Are you a sad, lonely little man? Eugene Delurex, key scent of the day, says Peter Kokorin. Welcome, Peter. Talk to Peter every day as well, thank God. Where would I be without him? Christ, if Peter goes, I'll be fucked. I wonder how Antoine feels about working with Oud, if they are still going to do it with him, says getting Demi's Galaxy. A fucking dangerous one. Planet killer. That's awesome. I'm wearing it right now. Thank you. Amazing how fast it goes. Is it not? Eugene should make him focus on oak moss at the same time, says Carl. George has enough great videos to never have to make one again. Quite. Oris says 6 of cups. You're going to have to explain that to me after the stream, mate. Jettison the excess baggage, says Baboosh. I've got a lot of excess baggage. Duck will stop perfume reviews when his gaming career gets massive. Oh God, can you imagine? I don't got an ID, bro, says Brandon. Rich is going to be an esports player. Oh God, I don't think I am. I'm just going to meander through games. I'm mostly just here for the anthropological field work, says Horace. Juros is asked to be an anthropologist. It's time-consuming putting content together. Creators should be compensated, says Eugene. I joked saying blind buy the MFK, and then the duck did, says Brody. You should be more careful what you say. You're an influencer now, Pradeep. Carl Lee says, Antoine Lee says Oak Moss is done, sadly. Yes. And there is Oak Moss in Descent, all right, or is it like in a chord? I thought the duck was 75 when we started. Rip my makers are still tragic. George will come back. I think George might still make a video or two or something, you know. He might still make a video or two. Yeah, also the Red Lessons video after Carlos passed away. That's when I got into fragrance. Yeah, it was awful as well. As much as a rib and dislike what Red Lessons does now and what he changed from and into, I felt bad for him when that happened. That was just sad. I left a comment on his channel, but I don't know if he saw it. I don't know if he fucking had blocked us. I don't know if it got through or anything like that. I don't know, but I still felt fucking terrible. That was a bad time, that. Sad little lonely man lover, says Horace. Bram Stoker has already written Max 40's biography, says Nick. I think the fishing for compliments is more a fun part of Fragcom. I think most of those guys are just naive. Duck's got to be at least 65, enjoying his retirement with smelly juice. Pradeep has aliases. He has this figured out. Has he reviewed Melissim Imperial yet? No, but apparently it's done and he's just waiting to drop it. So that's what he's claimed. I hope he doesn't do a Ric Flair. I was talking to Jonathan about this earlier. I hope he doesn't do a Ric Flair and fucking return and retire and return and retire and return and retire. You know what I mean? That would just be awful. I hope now he said he's going, that he stays away. I would hope that would be what I would do. I hate it when we lose anyone from our smelly world. Vero's passing hit me hard. I've heard of Vero and I cannot remember who it was. Was Vero a lady? And was she a collector? Had she released some fucking perfume? I vaguely remember who Vero was. He does like wrestling, says Silver Panther. Well, I mean, quite. I did say that to him before, you know, because he's threatened to retire loads of times. He's been talking about it for quite a while, is probably a better way of putting it, you know. Tom Ford could be my favourite over Hermes and Chanel. It's more versatile and fun. Sometimes Hermes and Chanel is too serious in attitude. Carl, UK frag guy, is retired 8 times. Yeah, he goes away and comes back. I like Carl, though. He's a good lad. I do remember when he said he was going to go down to 3 fragrances and just wear them forever. And I was like, oof, I could be better you than me, mate. Bloody hell. This week has been one of the worst of my life, and yet I'm so filled with love. I am glad you are filled with love. You could still do lives and maybe answer some fragrance questions, says Carl. I think George will probably plan for the Melissim Imperial video, and that will be it. I think he would hold himself to doing that as his last video. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, I'm going to go and dehydrate, friends. If you would like to like the stream while I am away, please do, and I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. I will be back in a fucking hell. I'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome, friends. I have oh, there it is. Oh dear. I think it's time for me to take some fucking medication. Give me one of these. Give me one of these. Two of these. And give me two of these. Yes. Nice. There it is. Whoops. Come back. Baby, come back. Oh no. I've dropped the paracetamol. Where the fuck has it gone? Oh shit, the fucking bed. There it is. That was easy. Disaster averted, friends. Oh! I'm back. Where am I? Where are you? 3 minutes that took. Rich hitting the class A's. Actually, gabapentin is a very restricted drug, and if you get caught with it without a fucking prescription, they will arrest you. Oh! Pradeep. Let's have a look. 53 at the break, says Eugene. 51 now. 55 now. Good grief. I love Chanel and Hermes' snobbery, says Eugene. 53 at the break. Thanks for wishes, not really you. Right, he's gone. Dish the dirt on Rich, says Peter. Would you rather have Paddock or Comet, Eugene? Chirp that woman is, Big Ginger. Who's HRH? You will never get kidney stones, Rich. Touch wood. Hopefully not. Carl, what a good question. I want to know everyone's answer. What's Carl's question? You still do some lives. Whatever happened to Denby and Jeremy Hines? They were mainstays on the COVID era Rich Eugene streams. I was talking about Jeremy Hines yesterday, and where the fuck is Jeremy Hines? That is very upsetting. Michael Harness said that Brandon from Therapeutic Fragrance had just up and died, which I didn't want to fucking particularly hear. Which would be terrible if that's true as well. He was very interesting and was very nice. But yes, Denby, I know Denby's doing a PhD. And Jeremy Hines is just gone. Jeremy Hines just disappeared. I like to think he's not dead though, but he hasn't been active on his social medias for fucking whoa. He hasn't been active on his social medias for like well over a year, and that's awful. That's very worrying. I hope he's okay because he was a really nice guy. Cool, I don't like the question. Please ask another, says Eugene. I would say Paddock and Christo. Yeah, I miss Christo. You like Comet that much, Pradeep, says Lily. Comet won't be released until May, I think. Yeah, it's not being released until May. Not over here, anyway. It's not online here yet. Yeah, it'll be May because I think it's in Paris, and I think it's in, what's the other one? It's in Paris, and it is in the, what's it called? Airports. Rich hitting the class A's. Lily, it's like for now the Leon set the bar too high. No, Leon's shite. After the stream ends, I have to call to see if I have to testify in court on Monday morning, and I am scared, says Horace. Oh. Crikey, it's the Rotters, says he. Emma's going to do more limited stuff, it seems. Oh, I can't be dealing with that again. Fuck. They're being sued in California and much needed, I can tell you. Well, hello there. All, I'm 55, says Michael. Bollocks, Michael, says Lily. No, it's way more white floor when I took mine pills too. Yay. I pissed a stone. Odd experience, says Michael. Sorry, mate. That's all right, mate. I know you weren't trying to do anything, like, untoward or anything like that. It's fine. And context is lost on the internet. You can't get context from people's voices on the internet. You can't get body language from people on the internet. It's a fucking nightmare. Everything's just a fucking pain in the arse, like. My chat has stopped working, so I will reboot the stream. There it is. Doing a PhD sucks. Denby was cool too. Denby was also very cool, that's true. Maybe Hines never got off the transit. Oh, God. That sounds like such a fucking strange way of saying something utterly terrible in not terrible language. Sure, Jeremy Hines is just busy. More recently, I have not seen Duncan here. No, I've seen Duncan around. He's not been here, but he's been around, so he's okay. Rich has a PhD in vintages. Yes. I don't have a PhD wage, though. I wouldn't mind being paid PhD money. Next is serves them fucking right. Stopped at a master's and did certificates on top PhD. Basically pigeonholes your career-wise into lecturing, says Divine. Divine, I have 3 masters and a PhD. I'm unemployable entirely, says Horace. I know the feeling of being unemployable. I did my masters before any work experience. Struggled to get any roles at first. No, that's not that bad for what it's worth. PhD wage in Europe is chips. Yeah, it's not that, like, smart people aren't really that revered in Europe, to be honest with you. You want to go to somewhere where there aren't many smart people. I'm not going to say anything more after that. You can hear a smile through voice chat, I'd say. Yes, you can hear a smile. Yeah, if somebody's, and you've got a lot better chance of getting context through voice chat than you have through text chat. Text chat's an absolute disaster. Websites like fucking Reddit and fucking Facebook and fucking the fucking one Elon Musk has ruined, fucking Twitter, fucking all of them, they're a nightmare because it's all text. Even text messages, man. Text messages aren't fucking. It's a good way of exposing somebody's neurosis, though, because they will interpret stuff in such a way. They will interpret stuff in such a way that you will find out what they are feeling and thinking internally. Oh, it's mostly because most degrees can be had merely for a cost of time cost, no monetary cost. In this country, it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to get educated in this country. It's fucking ridiculous. And here, I like hearing someone smile in their voice, says Horace. Whoa, 3 masters and a PhD. Sexy, that, says Bob. I was making 18,000 a year as a college professor. It's not a good job, guys. That is not a lot of money, to be fair. This is like an online DWP branch, says Nick. We've had some strange chats in here before, and it's interesting every once in a while. I don't mind letting the chat get off topic, you know what I mean? What do you say to an architecture graduate? Burger and fries, please. Well, quite. I think that degrees in Britain have become a rite of passage. I don't think that they, for some reason, a lot of places will ask for one because they will want you when you are young to prove that you can stick something out, and it feels more like a proof of commitment rather than an actual qualification for the job. Whereas I think if you had experience in a role, if you had 15 years in experience in a role and you didn't have a degree, and somebody rocked up with a degree and had no experience in the role, the person with the experience would walk through that interview before you at any point, at any time. Employers will go for experience over qualification, paper qualification. I just gave someone my number. What do you? Musk has made Twitter an easier place to speak freely. It's made it a place full of bots. Have you not heard the whole outrage about Zoe Ball? The whole thing about Zoe Ball recently. Apparently, Zoe Ball said something, and all the bots and apparently the website doesn't work properly anymore either. What does my neurosis say about me, Rich? We don't have time. I've only got 2 minutes left. PhD paid huge dollars for nothing, says Mike V. I'm EU-based, made 40k a year in my first year in the private sector as an investment analyst. Well, that is finance. Finance is slightly different. There's a lot of money in finance for some kind of thing. I like the community notes feature. Yeah, apparently that's been a raging success. Genuinely, that has been a raging success. There was the thing about Sydney Sweeney. Somebody said there was a website that said Sydney Sweeney's tits weren't really that big, and underneath there was a community note that simply said, yes, they are, and it had a link to her Instagram, which I found hilarious. Scent of the night, I'm a watch myths, man. Insanity. How is it? My boy is wicked smart. The thought of leaving university owing hundreds of thousands of dollars is enough to scare anyone off, says Peter. Yeah, and it's the only debt in America you can't write off, apparently. It was not a good job. You know what the best part of my day is, says A. I dropped out of college, no regrets. I'm hoping my kids don't go, honestly. And of course, to each their own. Yes. Good Will Hunting. I've recently started to see roles available with the line higher ed or a very good explanation why you don't got one, says Divine. It's not your fault, Bobby. It's not your fault. Don't make them cry. That's not the case with MBAs, Duck. I don't care about basketball players. You have a big MBA, 25 years experience. People work under you. People think they're educated because they spend half their life getting worthless degrees to get no job. I do agree with that, yes. Okay, Peter, I'm still quite proud of my degrees. They were challenging and fulfilling. And that's good. I think it is irrational to put your children into a position where their expected outcomes are worse. Person shrugging. Government-backed student loans is the worst idea ever. Government ruins everything. Oris, you should be given the clap, according to Germs. Right, did Rich think the NBA? I was only joking, not Divine. It was too quick. It's depending on what you want to do if the degrees are worth it, but I find a lot of people work out of their degree anyway. Yes, my nephew got a degree in computer technology or computer science or something, and he still works at Nando's 5 years later. So, there you go. In fact, she kept playing slalom with the Auersbergs or up seals with a sort of a Quaker state. Gabner. Trade school is the way to go. Oh, God. He makes a banger burger. He makes burgers, chicken burgers. I've never been to Nando's. Never had Nando's in my entire life. Aerospace engineer at L'Oreal. Lol. Well, I mean, they couldn't do any worse than what the fucking L'Oreal do with perfumes at the minute, could they? Bastards. Oh, apprenticeship. Yeah, I would probably do an apprenticeship if I could have my time over, but organised fucking education, organised religion, organised politics, just not for me. Just not fucking for me. I haven't had Nando's either, but I'm not British either. And thank God, believers, you're in a better place than me. Anyway, cheeky Nando's. Oh, that's right. I've just acquired a famous Piaget Polo. How often do you frequent Greg's? Greg's has been out of action for the last few days because somebody has hacked their payment system. It's either that or a technical issue, but their payment system's down. They can't accept any payments, cash or card. Disaster. Think of all the food that's going to go to waste. To be fair to Greg's, when their food goes off or at the end of the day, they give their money, they give the leftovers to charity to feed the homeless, which I think is a very good thing. And they don't make a song and dance about it either. They just do it. So fair play to them. And that, my friends, is that. This has been the Fragrance Livestream 250. Yesterday was actually 249 because I bollocksed it. But not to worry. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you to Anuj for donating. You are too kind. I do not deserve you. You're far too nice. I will message everybody who has messaged me during the stream. I will read the Discord. If you would like to read the Discord, people, please find the link in the chat and join. And I will see you all again soon, my friends. Good night.